Hey there, I'm Kevin Downey, and I run an agency called Kevin Downey where we help B2B companies with their recruiting and email marketing efforts. You can visit our website at kevinmdowney.com. Okay, today's topic, remote Latin American reps, LATAM as we call them in our agency, for B2B business development. We call it sales development, business development. I could talk about intel gathering, right? A lot of our clients will recruit reps in Latin America just to gather intel, find decision maker and pain point to some degree, or decision maker and what vendors or suppliers they might, a prospect might be purchasing from, right? So reps in Latin America for business development, absolutely astounding talent level down there. We were recruiting for them all of the time. We recruit every day down in Latin America, from Mexico all the way down to Argentina and South America, as well as the Caribbean, inclusive of the Dominican Republic, which is a very, very strong area for good reps that are experienced in sales and business development. They've worked for American companies in a lot of cases, also well educated, have college degrees. Central America, the same thing. For the salary, very, very hard to beat. So what do you need to know to engage a rep in Latin America and get them working for you and for your company? Okay, so we recruit for them for clients every day. Right. What do you need to know? What are the tools you need to put them in place to make them successful for your company and all that stuff? So let's walk through just a few items really quick. So the basic logistical part of it is the rep is working remote, just like a rep in the United States. Right? They're not going to use a mobile phone because they're not going to have that to call the United States. You're going to set them up on Open Phone or Ring Central, voice over IP services, very inexpensive with a US number. It's going to cost per number less than $20 a month. Rep can make unlimited calls. They can even text on there. You want to be careful how you do that, remember, for legal reasons, but you can text when it comes up and it's applicable. To pay reps in Latin America, you're talking about Wise or Remitly being the two main ones that we recommend clients to, depending on the country. Wise is the biggest one. If you want to look them up, it's wise.com. Great overall offering that they have. Been around for a long time, very stable, very secure. Remitly as well. Remitly is very good. So once you talk about those two items, that's mostly the logistical stuff. Now, what do you need to do to make the rep successful, and what are we talking about in terms of salary and compensation requirements, stuff like that? So for experienced reps that have done work on the phone in Latin America, most of the time we're talking about base salaries in the $10 to $25,000 range if you include Mexico. Mexico's a smidge more expensive. The reps are experienced. They've worked for U.S. companies. They work sometimes for European companies or Australian companies. A lot of them have college degrees, many from the United States. They've either come here for college and gone back home, or they've done an online degree. So really well educated, experienced, impeccable English. And again, hard to beat, right? Because when you're talking about business development, it's a grind. It's a hard job. It's hard to get a hold of prospects. You're talking about salary in the, less than $1,000 a month to say $1,500, maybe $2,000 a month, plus bonus commission. And bonus commission with Latin American reps isn't like 50%. You don't have to double their pay. You're only talking about adding, 10, 15, 20% to their pay if they do well, maybe 25. So really, really high value, high ROI reps. So once you get them set up, again, they're going to need an email address to work in your company. You can treat them like an independent contractor, so to speak, if you want. If you want to do everything by the book, you can do an EOR, which is employer of record service, and go and run the paper through them. Or we have clients at bigger companies that'll actually employ. They'll be an employer of record themselves in a country and go and employ, 5, 10, 15, 20 reps, right? We had a client recently do that in Panama. They're going to set up a call center eventually in Panama City, but they were initially going to do remote people. But they only wanted to recruit Panama because they want to actually employ all of the people. They don't want to do the employer thing in a bunch of different countries. They want to do it just in one country, right? So if you really want to go down that path, you can. Bigger companies, it's kind of, it's somewhat common, but in small business, we very rarely see it. So you're paying them directly. You can consider them independent contractors, if you will. And reps are just absolutely dynamite. You throw them on Open Phone, you give them an email address, give them a prospect list, either access to the CRM, or you throw the prospect list in Google Sheets or something like that. and away they go. Coach them up, obviously, on process, a little bit of scripting, but really train them on your products and services, and you'll never find better ROI out of reps doing business development than you will with reps in Latin America. If you need any help with that, we can find you the talent. Reach out to us, kevinmdowney.com. Thanks for being here today. Appreciate it. Best of luck in business, and we'll talk to you soon. Thanks.